This podcast has been brought to you by SeekersGuidance, the global Islamic seminary. Help us spread the light of prophetic guidance to millions around the world by becoming a monthly supporter. Make a small donation at seekersguidance.org/donate. For as little as $10 a month, you can help people find life-changing guidance.
This is quite an important question. So, Bismillah, let's have a look at it. And what does the person actually ask? Okay, they said, Assalamu alaikum. Can my actions cause me to fall into shirk? So, firstly, the important thing is that we know what shirk is, and then we look at whether a Muslim, can fall into shirk. Okay, so firstly, this fear is in general an unfounded fear, and it probably comes from listening to the wrong type of message. The Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he did not fear shirk in general for the ummah. So if you constantly listen to someone that's saying, "Oh, this is shirk," and if you do this is shirk, what it does, many people in our times have tendencies to have like obsessive actions or obsessive thoughts. So if you're someone like this and you listen to someone that's constantly making you tread on eggshells and think practically everything is, will lead to shirk, then it's gonna cause these doubts within you, right? So the best thing to do is to arm yourself and empower yourself through learning the deen. So studying the belief of the Muslims, and and then anything that deviates from that, right, is shirk. And shirk literally is basically, we'll look at the types of it, but it's basically trying to worship or give divine qualities to someone other than Allah, which Muslims don't do. So there's a narration in Sahih al-Bukhari with the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Um, he left um, he left home, and he went and he prayed, made the dua, and he prayed over the people of Uhud, those that had been martyred there. And then he returned, and uh, then he ascended the member, and he said, "Inni faratukum, I am your farat." And a farat is someone who goes ahead. And the Arabs, when they travel, they'd send someone ahead to go and get water out of a well and just prepare the place. So he said, "Inni faratukum." So meaning he'll go to the Akhirah, and like he'll prepare things for us. Wa ana shahidun alaykum, and I'm giving witness over you, over what we did. Wa inni wallahi la anzuru ila hawdi al-an. He said, "By God, I'm looking at my basin now, where the believers will go, and He'll give them to drink, and whoever drinks from there will never feel thirsty again." So we ask Allah Subhanahu wa Taala to honor us with a drink from His blessed hand, sallallahu alaihi wasallam, on the Day of Judgment. He said, وَإِنِّي قَدْ أُعْطِيتُ مَفَاتِيحَ خَزَائِنِ الْأَرْضِ أو مَفَاتِيحَ الْأَرْضِ. I've been given the keys to the treasures of the earth, or the keys, he said, or the keys to the earth. Meaning the dunya would come to him and his ummah, right? And وَإِنِّي وَاللَّهِ مَا أَخَافُ عَلَيْكُمْ أَن تُشْرِكُوا. Important point. He said, by God, I'm not afraid for you that you fall into shirk, that you're gonna perform shirk ba'di, after me, right? وَلَكِنِّي أَخَافُ عَلَيْكُمْ أَن تَنَافَسُوا فِيهَا. But what I fear for you is that you're going to compete with each other in the dunya. So focusing on directing one's heart to Allah is more of a concern than focusing on, is this going to be shirk, is that going to be shirk. So generally, so Imam Sanusi, one of the greatest scholars of the Ummah, in one of his works on Muqaddimat, he talked about the types of shirk, and he said, so he mentioned six. Two are kufr, four are kufr. And what are they? He said, um, shirkul istiqlal, affirming, saying such and such a being is a god, right? Either with Allah or on his own, but he's saying he's a god. That's shirk, right? No Muslim does that, right? Or saying God is made up of parts, such as the Trinity in Christianity, or worshipping someone else besides Allah. So directing your prayer, saying that I'm fasting for this tree or something like this, in order for that thing to make you closer to Allah, like the pagan Arabs would do. They would worship the idols or whatever. That's shirk, right? And And the last one is um, it's called shirk taqleed, which basically means worshipping someone else, not Allah, just because so and so does it, right? They're the types of shirk, right? And that's about as simple as you can get. So what we're saying, you can summarize all of this as saying giving someone else divine qualities and saying this besides Allah and actually worshipping. That's shirk. Otherwise, Muslims don't do this. Muslims don't do this. Even if you get the thought and you entertain the thought of, I'm praying, this person's going to think I'm righteous if I pray a bit longer. That is worthy of worship, right? And it's not affirming it as a belief. So that's why it's a sin, but it doesn't take someone out of Islam. So feeling that you have to worry about falling into shirk is you can do that by understanding what is who Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is, what we believe about him, and it will take care of this. And generally, if you're getting thoughts, if this is shirk, if that's a shirk, is that shirk, you should look into you know um OCD and do you suffer from it, right? And if you have those tendencies, don't listen to or don't engage in going to promote this, right? It's not a concern for Muslims. Allahu ta'ala a'lam.
Thank you for listening. This podcast was brought to you by Seekers Guidance, the Global Islamic Seminary. Visit SeekersGuidance.org to access reliable Islamic knowledge taught by qualified teachers. We offer a wide range of courses, podcasts, articles, and a world-class answer service. Support us in spreading free, reliable Islamic knowledge to millions around the world by becoming a monthly supporter. Visit SeekersGuidance.org/donate and make a small monthly commitment today. Our beloved Prophet, peace and blessings be upon him, said, "Whoever guides someone to goodness will have a similar reward." So don't forget to share this podcast and spread prophetic guidance.